A thoughtful person once warned that when everything feels dangerous on land, the last place you should run to is the sea. For many, that idea rings true. The ocean has always carried an uneasy reputation, filled with creatures that have inspired legends, sea monster tales, and countless nightmares. But even the most intimidating sharks alive today are nothing compared to what once ruled the ancient oceans. Travel back to the late Cretaceous period, and Earth's seas were home to some of the most terrifying predators to ever evolve. There were sharks capable of attacking dinosaurs, enormous fish that could swallow large prey whole, giant crocodile relatives patrolling coastal waters, and above them all, the dominant rulers of the Cretaceous seas, the mosasaurs. And among these marine titans, one stood above the rest, Mosasaurus hoffmanni, meaning Hoffman's lizard of the Meuse River. Even after being properly identified, Mosasaurus was still misunderstood. Early reconstructions showed it as a semi-aquatic reptile that could crawl onto land using clawed limbs. That image persisted until 1854, when researchers examined its limb bones more carefully. They found no evidence of muscle or tendon attachments that would allow it to support its weight on land. Walking would have been impossible. Over the following decades, more fossils surfaced throughout Europe and North America, revealing that Mosasaurus was fully adapted to life in the sea. Today, 5 recognized species exist within the genus Mosasaurus: M. hoffmanni, M. missouriensis, M. conodon, M. lemonnier, and M. bouget. These species varied in size, skull structure, and tooth arrangement, but all shared the same fundamental body plan of a streamlined marine predator. As paleontologists uncovered additional related animals, such as the formidable Tyrannosaurus, they established a broader group known as Mosasauridae. This family falls under the order Squamata, which also includes modern lizards and snakes. Debate continues over which living animals are their closest relatives. Some scientists point toward monitor lizards, while others suggest snakes share a deeper evolutionary link. Regardless of that debate, one fact remains undisputed: Mosasaurus was the largest squamate reptile ever to exist. Across its species, adult Mosasaurus individuals typically measured between 7 and 11 meters, or roughly 23 to 36 feet. The larger species, particularly hoffmanni and lemonnier, reached the upper end of this range. To put that into perspective, they were nearly twice the length of a modern great white shark and comparable in length to a whale shark. However, Mosasaurus was far more robust. An 11-meter individual could weigh over 10 tons, making it heavier than any carnivorous dinosaur, including Tyrannosaurus rex. Occasionally, fossil evidence hints at even larger individuals. One enormous specimen, often nicknamed the pen Mosasaurus, is estimated, based on skull proportions, to have reached around 17 meters, or 56 feet. Another specimen, known from a quadrate bone 150% larger than average, suggests a potential length of 18 meters and a weight approaching 15 tons. If accurate, such individuals would rival large sperm whales and humpback whales in size. At those dimensions, Mosasaurus was not just a dominant predator of its ecosystem, it was among the largest marine carnivores of the entire Cretaceous. Size alone did not make Mosasaurus terrifying. Its skull and jaws were specialized killing tools. The head was large relative to its body, lined with rows of sharp conical teeth that could exceed 7 centimeters in length. Each tooth featured 2 cutting edges and fine serrations, ideal for slicing through flesh. The teeth were prismatic in structure, increasing durability and grip while clamping down on struggling prey. The skull itself was built for strength. Overlapping frontal and parietal bones created a reinforced cranium capable of resisting immense pressure. Estimates suggest a bite force between 13,000 and 16,000 pounds per square inch, several times stronger than that of a modern saltwater crocodile. With jaws like that, very few creatures stood a chance. Fossil evidence reveals a remarkably varied diet. Mosasaurus preyed on bony fish, sharks, seabirds, turtles, ammonites, and even other marine reptiles. One giant sea turtle fossil shows deep bite marks matching Mosasaurus teeth. A separate specimen was discovered with the remains of a 1-meter-long fish preserved in its stomach, torn apart before being swallowed. Carbon isotope analysis suggests that even the largest marine reptiles were not safe. Mosasaurus sat firmly at the top of its food chain. To hunt effectively, it relied not just on power, but on speed. Its body was propelled primarily by a massive, crescent-shaped tail that moved side to side, similar to fast-swimming fish like mackerel. This method of locomotion was highly efficient and may have allowed speeds approaching 30 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour. Its flippers, attached to strong muscles, helped with steering and stability. Some fossils even show injuries consistent with powerful flipper movements during high-speed maneuvers. Vision appears to have been one of its strongest senses. Large eye sockets with prominent sclerotic rings suggest excellent binocular vision, ideal for tracking prey. Brain case studies indicate its sense of smell was less developed, implying it hunted actively rather than scavenging. Survivors of these encounters often suffered long-term consequences. Fossils reveal bone infections, necrosis, and poorly healed fractures. Some individuals even show fused tail vertebrae that would have impaired swimming. Despite these hardships, Mosasaurus thrived across the globe. Fossils have been discovered in North America, Europe, South America, Africa, Antarctica, and parts of Asia. It occupied the Atlantic Ocean, the Western Interior Seaway, and the ancient Mediterranean region known as the Tethys Sea. It adapted to tropical, temperate, and even subpolar environments, typically inhabiting coastal waters around 50 meters deep, though evidence shows it ventured into deeper seas as well. In these waters, Mosasaurus lived alongside an impressive array of marine life. Other mosasaurs, like Prognathodon and Tylosaurus, long-necked plesiosaurs such as Elasmosaurus, giant turtles like Protostega, and formidable sharks including Squalocorax and Cretocerina. Competition among apex predators must have been intense. Evidence even suggests a smaller mosasaurus was rammed and killed by a Tylosaurus, its skull fractured during the attack. For over 20 million years, Mosasaurus dominated the seas. Its fossils date back to around 82 million years ago. Then, 66 million years ago, everything changed. A massive asteroid struck Earth, triggering the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event. With their extinction, the great marine reptiles vanished. The oceans would never again see predators quite like Mosasaurus. Its reign ended abruptly, leaving behind only fossils, and a reminder that even the mightiest sea monsters are not immune to Earth's greatest catastrophes. And yet their story continues to fascinate us, proving that the ancient oceans were far more terrifying than anything swimming today. Subscribe to the Antique Animal channel and follow us to explore the most powerful and mysterious ancient creatures that once ruled the Earth.